Welcome to the Aquaflow Crypto Lab. I'm really excited about this video because currently we are seeing a lot of green candles in the market, and as you can see, XRP is moving. So in today's video, we are going to start with the big picture chart. Then we are going to talk about the channel chart and particularly about the white line, as currently the white line is the major challenge we need to overcome. Then we are going to talk about the moonshot chart, as everything we predicted is currently happening. Also, I'm going to share an update of the XRP index chart. We are going to have a quick look at the XRP buy-sell indicator. And at the end of the video, I will share an update of the cloud chart. If you're new here, please consider subscribing to the channel. Now, let's begin. So I'm glad to announce that XRP is making his way out of the bull bear band. I remind you that this band is a key element to understand exactly whether or not XRP is in a bull market or in a bear market. Below the band, we are in a bear market. This is exactly what happened during this entire phase. As you can see, XRP was below the band and we were in a bear market. Then we penetrated the band and we knew that we could be in a transition phase into a bull market. And this is exactly what happened because we were inside the band, right? Transition phase, and we went above it and we knew that we were in a bull market starting from this candle. And to reverse the trend, meaning that to go into a bear market again, XRP would have to go below the band, meaning below the bottom of the band that you can see just right here. This is exactly why this is a key level to watch to know if XRP is still in a bull market or not. And as you can see, just right here, we touched the bottom of the band to retest it and we bounced from it. And this is a major piece of information to understand because without this bounce, XRP would have gone into a bear market. So when we were there, it was very critical, and I'm glad to see that XRP is finally bouncing from this level. Of course, for now, it's not enough. We are just making our way out of the band. But so far, XRP hasn't made a new high. As you can see here, we have a recent high, right? Then we have a lower high and a lower high. To reverse this trend, right, XRP would have to go up and to make a new high compared to this one. And if we are able to do this, it would be a great news. So our ideal scenario would be to go out just like we are doing it right now and to find support on the top of the band. So it would be great to go out, to come back to retest it, and then to go up. For example, in the past, you see that here with this candle, it was the very first attempt to go outside above the band. And then what did we try to do? To retest the band as a support, but we couldn't. And that's why we went lower, right? Then we went out again with a lower high compared to this high, right? And we tried again to find support on the top of the band. We could hold it for a little while, but without making a new high. And that's why with the downside pressure, we went down again. And this time we went all the way down to retest the bottom of the band. That's why what XRP is currently doing is very critical. And we have to pay attention of the interactions between the price and all these lines. Currently, the bottom of the band is around 50 cents. So remember this key level. And the top of the band is a bit higher than 58 cents. I hope it's clear because I created these indicators to be able to understand exactly what's going on with XRP. And I think that it's doing a pretty good job. Now, just some words about the bull market support. As you can see, here was the only time that we had a fake out above the bull market support, right? I talked about it in the previous video, but you know that here for the bull market support, we had our breakout, and during this entire phase, we were below the bull market support, right? Except from here, where we went above it, but we were still inside the bull bear band. As you can see, you see just right here. Here we were above the bull market support with the blue dots, but we were still inside the bull bear band, and that's why it was orange, as you can see. Meaning that to go into a full bull market, we would have had to go above the bear band, right? But we couldn't, and we stay inside the band. That's why we got rejected. And the current situation is very similar, except that this time we are in a bull market and not in a bear market, meaning that it's normal to see XRP piercing the blue dots, okay? But we were still inside the band, we bounced from it, meaning that XRP is still in a bull market. Also, the time that we spend above or below the bull market support is key. And for example, here it was only 2 candles, right? Because we have a full body of the candle closing above the bull market support, but just after we went again below it. And that's how we knew that we were still in a bear market. And this time you can see it's very similar because we went below the bull market support with the blue dots. We had a full candle body closing below the line, but just some weeks after, 2 weeks after, we went again up and above the bull market support. This is key because this means that the bulls are still defending this area below the bull market support and wants XRP to go up. So as a conclusion on this chart, all I can say is that I'm glad to see that XRP could bounce from this critical level. And now what I would like to see is XRP making his way out, then to find support on the top of the band, and then to make a new high compared to this high. I hope it's clear. If you have questions, let me know in the comment section. It's time to move to the next chart, the channel chart. So first, a little reminder about why am I using this channel chart. First, on this chart, you know that we have critical lines. For example, here we have a major pivot point. Here again, here during this entire phase, we find a beautiful support, right? Before going up. Then here again, we bounced from this level. We crossed it, then resistance and resistance again. Then another important line on this chart is this yellow line. Why? First, we found support just right here for this major bottom. Then we went up and then support again. We crossed it, here resistance, resistance, we went up and we found support on it because we went all the way down, but at the end we have a candle closing just above the yellow line, meaning that it was still a support. Then we have the bull run, we went down and again, what did we touch? The yellow line. Here, what did we touch? Again, during the SEC sell-off, the yellow line. And then here we crossed it, we went up to retest it as a resistance, and here again as a resistance. So now you know why this channel is very critical for XRP. Then I talked about the bull market support with the blue dots because indeed the bull market support is also influenced by the channel. Why am I saying this? First, we can see that the bull market support with the blue dots is stuck below this red line. As you can see here, we have the highest point for the bull market support and then the highest point just right here. So the bull market support was here, it went up and couldn't cross above the red line, right? And here it was the same. We went all the way up, but at the end we were stuck below the red line. Then, for example, here with the yellow line, you see that the blue dots went down and here we have a nice curvature as a support, right? And we went up. You see here it was exactly the same thing. It was going down, 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 and here we have a nice curvature to avoid crossing the yellow line. Then the blue dots crossed the yellow line right here, and it went down, down, down until reaching this green area, and this is why we had our moonshot, right? So here it's very similar. As you can see now, here the blue dots penetrated the green area, and that's why I expect XRP to prevent these blue dots from crossing this green area and to have a price going up. And when did the moonshot happen? Exactly when the yellow line here crossed into the green area, and with this candle we went up. And that's why I would like to see XRP having a cross, and this is exactly what's going on. As you can see, the yellow line crossing into the green area, and the last step would be to see XRP going to the moon. The cross of the yellow moving average into the green area will be official in March. That's why if and only if history repeats, XRP can start taking off in March. That said, we need to talk about the white line, because this line is key, really key, and I insist, this line is key, guys. Indeed, this is the line preventing us from going up right now. As you can see here, we were stuck below it. We went up, stuck, rejection. Here we tested again, but we went down. Here we tested it, but we went down. Here we tested it, we went down until reaching the green area, and then we went up. And we came all the way down to retest it as support before going up again. And here you see again support, we crossed it. Here we have an entire body closing below the line, and we knew that we were officially in a bear market. Then we tested it as a beautiful resistance during this entire phase of the market, during this entire bear market, right? Even here we have a smaller rejection. Then we have the SEC sell-off, and this was the first candle closing above the white line, and we knew that we would go up. Then support, and we crossed it again, and during this entire phase we knew that we were in a bear market. And in fact, according to this indicator, we are still in a bear market. This is the only indicator on all my analysis that is saying that XRP is still in a bear market. Why? Because you see that we keep on being rejected by this line again and again and again. Look, here you see we went below the white line, we got rejected by it just right here after the retest, okay? Then we went up. It was very good. We even closed above the white line, but I remind you that what matters the most is having a full candle body closing above the line. And it wasn't the case because we have a part of the body below the line and a part of the body above the line. It's not enough. We need a full candle body closing above the line, and it wasn't the case, meaning that this was still a resistance. So we got rejected by it. We went up. We tried to close above the line again, but we got rejected. And here we have the entire body of the candle below the line. Here again, the entire body of the candle below the line. And that's why we got rejected by it, and we made it inside the green area. So this is the final test, the final boss to overcome. And if XRP is able to bounce from this key green area and to make it above the white line, it will be a very great opportunity for all of us. As you can see as I speak, XRP is currently retesting the white line. We touched it perfectly around 62 cents, a little bit higher than 62 cents. And in my video of last week, this is exactly the level that I highlighted. So remember this level, first XRP has to close above it, then to find support on it before going up. For now, we are still stuck, and we are the 29th of February, and we have a small rejection from this level. So I hope that by the end of the day or by the end of March, we'll be able to close above the white line. I hope it's clear. Now you know what to pay attention to. We can move to the next chart, the moonshot chart. So this chart is available on my website for free. So if you want it, please have a look at the description of the video. And according to this indicator, in order to stay in a bull market, we need to avoid a cross of the yellow line below the green line. For example, here to avoid the cross, as soon as we have a touch of the yellow line into the green line, we have this huge move to the upside, right, to avoid the cross. Then we have a small bounce, and from here, the cross was official, and we were in a bear market. Here again, we see a beautiful cross. We went up, and here, to avoid the cross between the yellow line and the green line, we went down like this, and we have this nice curvature and a huge move of XRP from here all the way up to here to avoid the yellow line from crossing the green line. That's why in the current situation, we needed XRP to go up to avoid the crosses. I remind you that after the official cross, here we were very close again to have a cross, but at the end we didn't have a cross thanks to XRP again saving the cross because we were there, and we have this huge move to the upside to avoid the cross, and we have this nice curvature of the yellow line. Again here XRP was going down, 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 but at the end we have a move to the upside to avoid the yellow line from crossing the green line. And again, this is not a coincidence, guys. Of course, nothing is done yet. We still have to make a new high compared to this high, but it's nice to see some reaction from the price to avoid the cross. Also, I remind you that XRP always come down to retest the yellow line as a support, so don't be afraid that at some point, even if we go up, we might go down to retest the yellow line as a support before going up again. Of course, if the yellow line crosses the green line, my speech will be very different and a lot of more bearish. But so far so good, so let's celebrate. I hope it's clear. We can move to the next chart, the bull bear index. I don't know if you agree, but this chart is a beauty. The XRP bull bear index is also available for free on my website, so if you want it, have a look at the description. And on this chart, you see that despite the fact that XRP is still playing with our emotion, you see here we have a breakout above the string line, and we used it as a beautiful support for multiple candles in a row. And I'm using a 23 days time frame, so it's been quite a long time. But with this indicator, we could see that XRP was mostly bullish all the time. And the situation in January was very scary because we went down and I was afraid that XRP could go below the string line, but it didn't happen. And despite the close below the line, the next candle closed above the line, meaning that we didn't have any full candle body closing below the string line, and that's why we are still using it as a beautiful support. And the bull bear index is saying exactly the same thing. For the most part, we have green dots. And as I speak, the current candle is 78% bullish. I don't know about you, but it feels good, and I really hope that XRP will take advantage of the situation and that XRP will finally have some volatility to the upside. The next 23 days candle will open the 10th of March. So this means that to have the final status of the current candle, we will have to wait for the 10th of March. But so far so good, and XRP remains bullish. We can move to the next chart, the buy-sell signal. So on this chart, I don't have a lot of news to share. What we know is that XRP is still above the string line. As I said in the previous chart, we know that we had this sell signal here in June of last year. We got rejected by the level and we had to retest the string line as a support, right? Then we had this signal with the 1, meaning that we needed again to retest the line, and this is exactly what we did, okay? And we needed to bounce from this level to go up. And from what I see, this is exactly what XRP is currently doing. but so far we have only white dots, meaning that we have no sell signal and we have no buy signal. So we can move to the last chart of the day, the cloud chart. So on this chart, I said that we need to pay attention to the green line and the blue dots, because when we have confluence points between those two, we might have an attraction of the price to these lines, right? For example, here we have the blue dots crossing the green line, and we went all the way up to this confluence point, right? Then, for example, here again, we have a crossing point between the blue dots and the green line, and the price was attracted to this area. And as you can see, this is again exactly what happened. We have the green line crossing the blue dots, and again, the price was attracted to this area. So this is a great opportunity for XRP to use both lines as support before going up. I also said in my previous video that for the first time we have an entire body candle closing below the cloud, and this was a bearish sign. Indeed, this never happened before. You see, for example, here we retested the cloud, we got rejected by it. Here we retested it, we got rejected by it, and XRP always stayed below the top of the cloud, right? Here again, and here from the start, after crossing the cloud and going above it, we went down to retest it as support, and this time we started closing inside it or above it, and that's how we know that we were in a bull market. And during this entire phase, it was really great to see that XRP was able to either close inside the cloud or above it, but with this candle we have the entire body closing below the cloud, and this is not a good sign, right? But I said that to have a confirmation of a bear market according to this chart, we needed to go below the green line and the blue dots, and it didn't happen because we bounced from these levels, and then right now we are trying again to close either inside the cloud or above it, and this is actually a good sign. And if XRP is able to go above the cloud again, it would mean that this was a fake out. But thanks to the other lines on this chart, meaning the green line and the blue dots, we could see that it was a fake out. So now all XRP needs to do is to go above the cloud. Currently, the cloud is around 60 cents and 62 cents. So the top of the cloud matches with the previous line, the white line that we saw in the previous chart. So remember that the 62 cents level is key for the future. As a conclusion, it's really nice to see that XRP is starting to have some momentum to the upside. We need some confirmation by making a new high compared to this high, but most of my indicators are still bullish, so the only level that we need to overcome is the 62 cents level. If you like the content and want to track what will happen with us, give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. That's all for today's video, and as always, time will tell.